Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through the ABRSM Theory grades. We're on grade 2 now, so if you want to grab your ABRSM Music Theory and Practice workbook for grade 2. There's also loads of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets available in US letter or A4 to accompany each step of this series. It looks like this, and I'll be making extensive reference to that. All that you need to know is in this PDF document. There's also a page which links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find information about the books that I have available. If it is that you're working towards your ABRSM exam, I've written a book, How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam, and it's full of tips and techniques to help you how to best prepare for your exam, and how to also best make use of the time when you're actually sitting the exam paper. So if you go to sharonbill.com, it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be fab, and subscribe to keep updated. I absolutely love working through music theory, and I hope that I'll share that joy with you. So let's crack on with grade 2, and I'll refer to the next section that we're covering as section E. If you turn to page 14 in your workbook, you'll see that we're on the minor keys now. And if you turn to section E, so I'll just put a letter E here, that's what we're referring to in the PDF. If you turn to section E, all the information that you need to know is in this little section here. Minor keys come in two forms. If we just pop back to the workbook for a moment before we get stuck in, there's a harmonic minor form and a melodic minor form. You only need to choose one for this exam. So we're going to learn the harmonic minor. I recommend that you ignore the melodic for now. That comes up in the next grade. So we're not going to be doing melodic minor. I suggest that you just remember we're working on the harmonic minor form. The reason for that is because the harmonic minor form has the same set of notes as it goes up and down, as it ascends and descends, whereas the melodic minor form has to change the notes according to the treatment appropriate for the melodic minor scale. And so it's just a little bit more simpler to introduce the subject of minor scales with the harmonic minor form. If you just reach for your PDF sheet, if you pull that up if it's on screen, or just get your print off, we just need to pay some attention to this first paragraph. This section in the ABRSM workbook looks like it's going to be an absolute mammoth amount of work. However, it's really very simple. We've just got lots of exercises on the same subject, and it all boils down to this little paragraph here with one little addition. We just need to be aware that every minor scale shares a key signature with a major scale. They're called related keys, and it's important that you learn these pairs of keys. So A minor shares the same key signature, or we would say it's related to C major. So A minor is paired with C major. E minor shares the same key signature or is related to G major. And D minor shares the same key signature or is related to F major. So these major key signatures of C, G and F major that you learned in grade 1 theory are paired with minor keys here, and you just need to learn those pairs. There are two steps when we're writing a scale in harmonic minor form. The first step is to use the key signature, or accidentals if that's what the question asks, from the related major key, the relative major key. So you first of all need to apply the key signature of these major key signatures to the paired minor, and then the second step is that we have to raise the 7th degree of the scale by a semitone, always by adding an accidental. So we will have an accidental in each scale on the 7th step of the scale. For example, A minor shares the same key signature as C major, so there will be no sharps or flats in this case. However, for step 2, raising the 7th degree of the scale will always create a G sharp accidental, whether it's ascending or descending. let's look at those two steps now in terms of E minor. So E minor shares the same key signature as G major, which if you remember from your grade 1 theory is F sharps. So we will always have an F sharp either as a key signature or as an accidental, depending what we're asked to do. And then raising the 7th degree of the scale will create a D sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bass clef, good boys deserve. D sharp, that will always be as an accidental. And that's the same whether we're descending or ascending. And so let's look at D minor. So D minor shares the same key signature, if we look up here, as F major. So we'll have a key signature or an accidental, depending what the question asks, of B flats, appropriate to F major. So there's our B flat that could also be a key signature. And then the 7th degree of the scale will be sharpened. However, remember, we're descending here, so this is 8, 7, 6, so 7 must be sharpened because we've raised that by a semitone as an accidental. So it's literally those two steps, and we've got pages and pages of examples literally reapplying those two steps in lots of different ways. There's not a great deal of information, but it can be applied in lots of different ways. So let's have a look at exercise 1. It says, using the given rhythm, write either the harmonic or the melodic minor scale. So we're choosing the harmonic minor scale. Write the name of the form in the brackets so they know which one you're referring to. It says, do not use key signatures, but write separate accidentals. So we've got to do the rhythm. We've got to write accidentals, and then they've also asked us to add brackets to show where the semitones are. Now if we just pop back to this little explanation at the top of the page, it shows you that the harmonic minor form has 3 sets of semitones. So we've got 1, 2 to 3, 4, 5 to 6 and 7 to 8. And so as we descend, because we're descending with the same set of notes, it will be 8 to 7, 6 to 5 and 3 to 2. They are accidentals. It's just worth remembering that sequence because it's much quicker, like we did in the major scale where we learned that 3 to 4 and 7 to 8 were semitones. It's much easier to just quickly apply it to those steps of the scale that you've remembered than always working it out individually each time. So there's quite a lot involved in this question. And so here you can see they've aligned their notes and copied the rhythms. Stepping up the scale, we're on A harmonic minor, so we started on A and we've stepped up the scale, space line, in next door notes, following this rhythmic pattern that they've asked us to follow. The stems are applied appropriate to the step in the scale. The middle line is our deciding line where the stems can change direction as it gets higher. We've got our raised 7th. A minor is related to C major, so there will be no other sharps or flats. And then we've got 2 to 3, 5 to 6, 7 to 8 as semitones. So I'll just work through this next one with you. So we're going to do D minor. We're going to use the harmonic minor form. And again, it's ascending, so we need to be going up. So we need to start quite low down, so we've got room to go higher without using lots of ledger lines. So let's just sort out our layout. Keep your bar lines aligned so you don't lose track where you are, and then you know you've definitely not got out of step. So it says no key signature, we've got to use accidentals, so we don't need any key signature, just the time signature. So I'm just going to get the note heads in place. Let's just get the blobs in place and take it a step at a time. So we're beginning on D in the treble clef, space line, stepping up. It's always better to take things one step at a time, just deal with one part, one aspect at a time, rather than getting confused trying to think of too many things at once. So now let's add the stems. So stem up with a tail. Now here we're going to go either side of the middle line, so we can choose whether to go up or down. This can go either way, and we've got one either side, so really it's just up to us to choose. So just to kind of create a bit of variety, I'm going to have the stems going up, down rather. You could have the stems going up either way, it's fine. And there we go. So we've got all the sort of nuts and bolts in place. So now we need to add accidentals. So D minor is related to F major, which will have a B flat. If you can't remember that, just refer back to your grade 1 section L to help you remember those key signatures. So we want a B flat. That would also be a key signature if they'd asked that. And then the 7th degree of the scale is raised by a semitone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So raising it by a semitone gives us a sharp. And that's that bit done. And now we need to add the brackets to show the semitones. So we want 2 to 3, 5 to 6, 7 to 8. Don't forget that if you're descending, you're going to have to change 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't count 1, 2, 3 because we're going backwards now. 8, 7, 6, 5. And so exercise 1 continues from page 14 onto the top of page 15. And so I suggest you have a little go at that on your own, and then re-access into the video, press pause so you're not rushed, and then when you feel like you've given it your best shot, come back to me and we'll work through them together. It's always better to try it on your own first. Don't be worried about making mistakes. We're only ever writing in pencil. It's easy enough to rub out and start again. So I'll leave you to it for a few minutes, a good few minutes, and then we'll go through it together. So I'm hoping that you've had a little go at this yourself, and so I'm just going to work through these with you so you can check off your answers. So I'll just quickly get this organised. Remember, we're doing the harmonic minor form, so this time we're doing E harmonic minor, so we need to start on E. We're ascending, so we need to start low. So I'm going to start on this ledger line here. You could start here. If you start all cows eat, if you start here, you're going to need ledger lines at the top either way. So there's E, F, G, A, B, rest. And if you just go line, space, line, space, line, space, you should, if you keep carrying on in step, end up in the right place. All cows eat, we know we're in the right place. If you're not, you know something's gone a little bit awry and you need to backtrack to find out where you've gone wrong. Dotted note, need a little kick on that. Make sure you get your time values accurately copied. And now I'm going to flip the stem for this middle line. It could go up, but I'm going to flip it down, just so that this last one that must come down doesn't feel all alone. There we go. And so now it doesn't require a key signature, but if we were having a key signature, it would be F sharps because E minor is related to G major. And then the 7th degree of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, obviously 8, 7, next to the last note, is raised by a semitone 2, so a sharp sign there. We haven't quite finished yet because we need to put the semitones, so 2 to 3, 5 to 6, 7 to 8. There we go. Just take everything one stage at a time, and it's not too overwhelming thinking of too many things at once that way. Let's turn over the page and try this next one. So this time it's going to be D minor in harmonic minor form, but we're descending this time. Keep your bar lines aligned so you don't get lost. We're in the bass clef, so I'm going to start here on this D above middle C. Space, line, space, line. keep coming in step. And we should end up on D. Good boys deserve, that's correct. Stems will be coming down. No stem required there. That one can go either way. I'm just going to keep that in sync with all the others. It could flip up if you feel like a change. Don't forget the triplet sign here. Okay, so D minor would have a key signature of B flat. They don't want a key signature, but they do want us to include it, of course, otherwise it wouldn't be accurate. So there it is as an accidental. And then the 7th, remember we're descending, so 8, 7. There we go. And now we need to bracket the semitones. Now we're running out of space at the top here, so I'm going to just bracket them here. 8 to 7, 6 to 5, 4, 3 to 2. There we go. That'll do. And then this last one, so we're doing E minor in harmonic minor form. We're descending. So there's not too much thinking, it's just a bit labour intensive with all of this copying really. So I'm going to start here, we're in the treble clef, so F, A, C, E. I'm going to start on this high E, and then I'm not going to be running out of space at the bottom with too many ledger lines. Space line, all the way down, keeping it in step. And we should end up on an E. If you don't, something's gone wrong in the middle. There we go, stems. We'll start with stems coming down because we're above that middle line. The middle line can go either way, so I'm going to change. No stems required at the end. Okay, so we've got the nuts and bolts in place. We just now need to add all the accidentals. So E minor is related to G major, so we need a F sharp. It could be a key signature, but they've asked for an accidental. And then the raised 7th, 8 to 7. There's our raised 7th, D sharps. And now we just need the semitones, so 8 to 7, 6 to 5, 3 to 2. And there we go, job done. I hope that's been helpful to you. The next sections we'll look at in the next video just use that same information in different ways. So we'll crack on to that next video. Please do access all of those resources. Get that PDF information sheet. We'll be referring to that lots. Do go to sharonbill.com and see what's there to help you. If you can give me a like, that would be fab. Keep updated by subscribing to my channel. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. I look forward to next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.